I believe in response to one of Mr. Zellinger's questions, you responded that officers often make a certain type of mistake in analyzing phones. Could you explain what it is you were talking about, if you still recall what the question was?
I believe I recall the question. It is common for detectives and police officers to collect evidence at a scene and not turn off the equipment for some reason. And that has a negative forensic effect on the information. Police are just not trained in how to handle electronic equipment, and if I know my history correctly, and that the digital forensics has only been accepted in court since 2001. That's what I've been told, Your Honor. So if I'm wrong, I apologize. But so since 2001 is the first time that police and investigators and attorneys as well have started seeing cell phones and GPSs and other devices as evidence, and it just they haven't gotten up to speed on this. I mean, clearly the FBI, when I worked for them, had no idea how to handle this type of stuff.
Now, have you ever known a situation where police have made the mistake of putting in an incorrect password to the point where they have deleted the data off of the phone?
I have never seen a cell phone wiped out. I've seen officers make calls on it that may have gotten rid of a few of the later entries, because, you know, once your queue fills up, it starts spitting them out. But I have never seen in my life a cell phone or piece of evidence, be it GPS, be it a computer, totally wiped out during an investigation.
Have you ever seen the SIM card contained with a phone or within a phone deleted accidentally by law enforcement?
I have had experience where SIM card information was not turned over, and I was able to compel to have it turned over, and I did get it. No, I've had issues in cases with SIM cards where I know evidence wasn't turned over, but I've never had a situation where a card was completely destroyed.
And at some point, well, Detective Young, in his explanation, said that the phone was deleted in August. Is that correct?
Correct.
Do you believe that that is when the phone was actually deleted?
No, sir.
When is it that you believe the phone was actually deleted?
Well, the last time the phone contacted a cell tower was September 29th. The only way you contact a cell tower is if you have, they call them parameters. Basically, a cell phone identifies itself to a network. So if you got a Verizon cell phone, let's say, and you turn it on where there's nothing but Sprint, it doesn't want to do business with you. So it won't give you like a date, like the date being updated. So that phone on September 29th had to have all its ID information on the SIM card. Otherwise, that cell tower would not have updated its date and time. So up till September 29th, that SIM card probably still had that information on it. It may have been deleted on or about that date.
So if the phone had been deleted in August, what would you expect to have seen when you turned on the phone?
Well, the day you deleted the serial number and the day you deleted it, let's see, there's a couple parameters. There are a couple essential things that would be identification. The phone would not be able to update again. If the phone couldn't identify itself to a network, then it could not update. So if it was deleted in August to the point that it was that I found to the state I found it in, it would have showed whatever. That's the date that would have come up.
But would it actually have kept running for a little while until the battery drained?
What happens is you update when you're walking around with your cell phone. Every 2 minutes the network re-registers you. It checks on you every 2 minutes, and if you don't report in 3 consecutive, what they call re-registration, it assumes you turned your phone off. So if you wiped out the identification, in 2 minutes it would come to try to check on you, and the clock probably would have been continued on its own at that point. I would say the clock would keep up until the phone was turned off. I think that's a reasonable assumption.
Would the battery dying also stop that?
Anything, the phone, if it was locked away somewhere where it couldn't reach a cell tower, after a couple of minutes, it would put itself into sleep mode to save battery, and that would be the last date on it.
Okay. So if the phone was actually deleted in August, how could it possibly have a date of September 29th when you powered it on?
Trying to think if there's a way to do that. It couldn't contact the tower. I mean, it couldn't contact the tower, so it couldn't get updated. If it was deleted in August, I'm trying to think if there's a workaround. I can't really think of a way to update the phone if it's... Because when we did that test in June, I was able to call 911 on that phone, but it still didn't update. It still wouldn't update the date.
And what is it that you say on page 74 of your handwritten notes?
Yes, sir. Attempted to unlock phone using PUC code supplied by AT&T, using sequence advised by AT&T. Enter incorrect codes until PUC Enter incorrect codes till PUC requested. This process wiped out BlackBerry.
Now, I'm looking at page 74 of your notes, Detective. That is not a note that you took on July 30th during a conversation with AT&T, is it?
No, sir. When I completed my phone call, I immediately began to type the court order. As I was on the phone with the guy, I typed in that sentence. I pulled up an old court order and typed in the sentence that we discussed.
Well, my question was, where in your notes do you record the sequence that you were given by AT&T on July 30th?
I didn't document it in my notes, sir.
So when you actually examined the phone, you did it based on your memory of a conversation with an AT&T representative?
Yes, sir.
And that was how many days after?
Approximately 10.